Hey everyone, Matt with Tune here with another product feature snapshot. Today we're just going to take a minute and talk about creating a new offer in your Tune account. So here at Tune, we call all of our campaigns offers. And if we navigate to that on the left rail and then we go down to create offer, we're going to land on this page here. I went ahead and filled in most of the information just to make this walkthrough a little bit easier. Let's go ahead and call this offer a $5 CPL on a new lead. Everything you see here is really intended to be for organizational purposes. So I've really just called out a couple specific things here to highlight that. The vertical, we went ahead and said finance. So the idea here is that this specific offer would really be intended for partners that are pushing traffic from this vertical or this segment of the market. There's going to be several different options here. You can get very specific about the types of verticals or segments that you want those partners specifically to focus on. But the idea is that this offer would really be intended for that specific space. The conversion type in this case, we're going to call it an email submit. In our dropdown, we have several options here. The beauty of this is that these can all be customized to match whatever the brand is using for their event triggers. So this naming convention can be adjusted along the way. But let's call this an email submit since we're talking about leads. The next section for media placements, I have blog listed as an example. These can all, again, be customized and very specific to the types of media placements you want to align this offer with. So in this example with a blog, the idea is that this specific offer, any partner that's potentially going to have access to run this offer should really be focusing on blog content. Now you can expand this and also include podcasting, social media, display, whatever you'd like. You don't have to have anything there, or you can have just the blog for this example here. The idea is that that's just going to give you a better sense of where should this offer really live in terms of the type of media we can expect. Similar concept with the tags you'll see down here. So I have FinCon 22 as the example. The idea here is that this offer would really be intended to be for any partners maybe that you met at that conference. Those tags, again, are fully customizable. They can be whatever you'd like them to be, but we have found a really common use case on this side of the house for us is that when you have a wide range of partners, a wide range of media, this is a really great way to say, hey, this is really intended for this group of partners. The beauty is that that's also going to funnel into your reporting. So when you start to look at your reporting and understand how all of your campaigns are performing, you can also say, hey, let's look at the ROI we're getting from this group of partners that might be pushing this offer specifically that we met at FinCon. So a lot of details you can start to dig into there. The description is really just the rules of engagement for the partner. So this is, what do you want them to do? What do you not want them to do? What constitutes maybe a qualified submission? Things like that. The next two links are really where the tracking components come into play. So that preview URL is really going to be your landing page. So whether that's a home page, a product detail page, a collections page, or in this case, a form fill, a lead gen flow, any place you want to send that traffic is effectively going to be your preview URL. The default offer URL is where we start to get some of the Tune tracking components in place. So we'll do a separate video about what the transaction ID is and how that all operates, but we essentially are going to append this parameter to our links. There's also going to be over 90 different kind of unique variables that we can offer from our system that just allow you to get better data on your customers, where they're coming from, operating systems, a ton that we can talk about here. We also have the ability to add a lot of internal parameters if you're using unique setups internally, whether that's Google Analytics or maybe something else, just so you can filter that data into another system as well. We're going to go down to status active. Very simply, you can change that to pause, pending, deleted if you'd like. An expiration date, if you only want this campaign to run for a short period of time, or you can certainly expand that date out as far as you'd like. And the next piece I want to talk about, I'm going to gloss over a few things here just to focus really on the basics. The payout is going to be the next big piece. So as you see in the dropdown, we're going to have really 5 primary options for payouts. First one being a CPA. And in this case, thinking through the lens of a cost per lead really being the same as a CPA in terms of how we think about commissioning. The strategy behind that will certainly be different based on the brand. We have cost per sale, which is your rev share, a combination of those two, and then CPC and CPM. So a lot of flexibility there. We're going to call that a $5 payout, as we mentioned in the title of the offer. And the last piece I want to talk about really for this section is the tracking. So if we scroll down to our tracking session, we're going to see our click session lifespan. Very similar to a cookie window that we've all kind of come to know in the traditional way of thinking about the affiliate and partnership space. Because we're really leaning on server-side tracking that's a bit more effective and reliable, that's called a click session. So the nice part is this can go all the way down to a day if you really want to keep something really tight in terms of how much time you give a partner to drive this offer and get credit for it, or you can even expand that all the way out to several years. So again, a lot of flexibility there. And if I add this offer, now this offer is actually going to be live immediately, and a partner who has approval to run this can essentially pull it and start trafficking immediately. If I click on the offer name real quick and I scroll down just a bit, you'll see this list of partners here. Now, this is a sample list of partners that I have in my test account here, that essentially we could send that specific campaign or offer link to. So if we scroll down and let's say we're talking about NerdWallet here, I click on NerdWallet and this is going to be the tracking link that they're effectively going to use to send traffic back to the respective brand site. So just the tip of the iceberg, a lot more to cover, but hopefully that was helpful and gives you just a very quick sense of how you can add a new offer to your Tune account very quickly.